Welcome to the 21st part of our series. Today we are speaking about our unified definition of the electromagnetic spectrum of energetic radiation. Traditional electromagnetic spectrum is based on the vacuum speed of light, and this spectrum tries to combine the quantized frequencies of the radiation with those vacuum wavelengths and Boltzmann temperature of the radiation. However, it is not a realistic combination because vacuum is just a single unique state of nature. In Wikipedia we can find the picture defining the electromagnetic spectrum. I have flipped it horizontally because it corresponds better to my another pictures I'm showing today. And we see the wavelengths are going from very short for gamma rays to very large, very long for radio waves. 1 kilometer length is just misunderstanding. Also the temperature is going from many millions of Kelvin to very small part of 1 Kelvin. Today we are speaking about the central part of the spectrum, considering the ultraviolet, visible rays, infrared, microwaves, and the shortest radio waves. Above the picture we see the definitions of radiation. Wavelengths are combined with the speed of light in vacuum, and Boltzmann temperature is defined with Planck constant, and the quantum frequency divided through the reciprocal wavelengths calculated with vacuum speed of light. However, against the suggestion of this picture, no quanta of matter with size of about 20 to 60 micrometer can be identified in our terrestrial atmosphere radiating electromagnetic waves about 1 terahertz to 10 terahertz. Similarly, no quanta below 1 millimeter size can be identified, absorbing the electromagnetic frequency between 10 terahertz and 1 terahertz, and having the temperature between 1200 Kelvin and 60 Kelvin. It is the range of radiation between two transparency windows we see here. One when visible light can reach the surface of the earth, and it will be just very little modified through the atmosphere. And the second right window is radio waves window. However, for the range between those windows arises the question which 1 millimeter large object quanta could be identified with this range. In another traditional picture we see the reciprocal image of the atmospheric transparency. We have windows of transparency. Between them we have range when opacity is 100%. There are no transmission between 10 to 13 and 10 to 11 hertz. However, as we said, there are no quanta in this range corresponding with these sizes and frequencies and temperatures. The traditional spectrum is only acceptable in vacuum. For all other frequencies, the spectrum gives unrealistic wavelengths and temperatures. On the other side, our quantum spectrum of matter spirit, as we know, gives the frequencies, wavelengths and temperatures, energies, all another physical parameters of any quantum combined with just single material parameter. When we see it above the picture, material parameter mu, defining all three properties of the radiation: frequency, wavelengths and temperature. As we remember, we have defined the quantum spectrum of matter-spirit by means of such table as shown here, and all those values are given relatively in relation to the universal value on the level of membranes. This quantum spectrum describes all possible quanta in our universe. On the right side of this picture we see the traditional names of different ranges. However, the values corresponding to these ranges are different, as we see here below the picture. Frequencies, of course, are the same, quantum frequencies. However, the corresponding wavelengths and temperature are all calculated with the same material parameter μ as coming from the definition of corresponding frequencies. So we have this new definition of electromagnetic spectrum. It is valid in all temperature, in all distances to Earth, and also in all other parts of our universe. The same can be given in the picture of our atmospheric transparency, and we see the windows, optical window and the radio windows, separated through a part of the frequencies where our atmosphere is totally opaque. It means the cosmic radiation cannot reach the Earth's surface. And when we take this conclusion seriously, we can say that this part of our atmosphere is the atmospheric shield of life. It is the part of our atmosphere with universal quanta in the tropopause, with the dimension between 4 and 12 nanometers. And those quanta emerging directly from the universal quantum field are protecting the life below the tropopause and allowing our life to reach higher developed levels, including ourselves. When we analyzed standard properties of our atmosphere, for example, on the basis of the US standard atmosphere given here, we see that the atmospheric temperature is falling from our room temperature down to about minus 60 degrees Celsius in the altitude of about 15 kilometers, and the air pressure is falling down from our normal pressure at the sea level of about 100 kilopascal or 1000 hectopascal down to 26 kilopascal or 260 hectopascal at the level of about 10 kilometers. It is the region given here with this green area, the region of our universal quanta of our quantum spectrum of matter-spirit quanta, and those quanta are really existing in our atmosphere in the so-called tropopause between troposphere and stratosphere. And it is the reason why harmful cosmic radiation cannot reach the Earth's surface, because the universal quanta are protecting the lower layers of our atmosphere against this cosmic radiation. So when we are going to discuss next week the properties of our quanta once more, we will remember that they are giving the protecting shield for our own life since the beginning of evolution of life on Earth. So, this is all for today. Please connect me next week once more. Bye bye.